All right, Steve, thanks so much. New this morning from Green Bay police, who have a man in custody who allegedly caused a disturbance on the city's west side.
He was arrested on several charges, including disorderly conduct that officials say was domestic violence related. Police first responded around 10 Wednesday night to reports of a disturbance in the 800 block of Elmore Street. That person then left the scene. Later was found in a vehicle in a Save-A-Lot parking lot on Dousman Street.
Officers tried to arrest him, but he refused to leave his vehicle. Crisis negotiators and SWAT were called to that scene. The suspect was arrested around 1:15 this morning. Police have not identified the person at this time. The Oshkosh